Alright, I'm Dave and this is Broken Quattros. On this episode, we are headed up to Park City, Utah, to the Hoonigan Race Division. Doing a bit of a little road trip here. It's not a really far drive by any stretch of the imaginations. I don't know what this Dodge Ram's doing. It's a short drive, but Brian Scotto has invited me up there. Brian is trying to wrap up the B4 front end conversion on his car. And so he needed a few parts to finish that, and I happen to have them, so I'm going to take him some stuff. So I got some, what are they? The under headlight trim pieces. I have some B4 pigtails for the headlights, and some corner markers for his S2 bumpers. So anyway, I'm going to take those parts up there, maybe do a little tour of his facility. And then we also have my good friend Nate. We did a video with him before we changed the timing belt in his S6, and I kind of showed you his Coupe Quattro. But he's actually driving up his Coupe Quattro. He's behind me, and we're gonna show his car to Brian, see what he thinks, and maybe light a fire under his ass a little bit so he can get cracking on his and make a similar beast. So Nate's car is a 91 Coupe Quattro, pearl white, black leather interior. Nate's meticulously gone through this car and replaced anything and everything. He upgraded, kind of did the what we consider an S2 conversion. So he put the 20 valve, 5-cylinder inline turbo engine in it. However, his is not a stock long block by any stretch of the imagination. It's been fully built, blueprinted, balanced. Anything you can think of has been done, all ARP stuff. And yeah, it's got a big turbo on it, and you know, he's making over 600 horsepower in that thing. So it's a very, very cool car, very fast car. And so we're gonna probably take Brian for a ride in that, and yeah, just have a little bit of fun. Who knows? See what happens. So anyway, enjoy. Things that I love seeing in my rear view. Nate. He's got a beautiful car. So yeah, just on the road here, cruising up there. We got 20 minutes till we get there. I've seen twists, but I've never seen like full on. Yeah.
Derek, who's our, like, you call him like a crew chief here, but like our team manager, we saw that and he was like, I don't think I've ever seen that. And he's done like, Mitsubishi WRC programs, all this other stuff.
I mean, that's full failure.
And then, it's only nice when you got scratches on the roof scoop, because and then things like this. So, which is some
that's racing, man.
Door-to-door action, but yeah, this is all like the broken parts. Some of them are obviously from crashes. Some of them are just from like,
it's pretty amazing how much money you can waste in racing, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. So,
is it really wasted though?
A bit of like history
for good purpose.
So
just the whole group B, there were so many cars coming out that never even got a chance to actually compete.
It's funny how agricultural like the rear looks on this. I mean, like just like the way it's built. They're like, yeah, just
like
make
a tractor
square and run. Apparently, they couldn't get the proper dampening off of just one shock, so they just added an extra. Like, because the technology wasn't there.
Why not?
Nowadays, you don't really need to run two, because you can get that level of valving off of one. But you couldn't back in the day. So the best way to do it was to basically have a low speed and a high speed shock left and right of each other, instead of just having low speed and high speed valving. So.
And then did KW actually, are they both?
They did a high and low, or is it?
Okay. So they kept it a high and low setup as per original?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Jump car. So that was the one on Stunt Junkies. This is Gymkhana 1 kit. This is
Oh, yeah.
one.
Wow.
So I drove this car in
The rally.
Lap of America.
Yeah.
You said my name. You said my name on one down, and that's the Gym 2 guy.
Super cool that you're building the car, man.
Yeah, man. I had the car for so long, and it was like the car I really wanted to build when I was younger, and then like it just sat, and I moved it from storage facility to storage facility, and now it's like I just want to get it built and done.
Well, Ali Goulet's car, you know Ali?
Yeah, I know Ali. Yep.
So that's one I saw years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how do I get that?
Yeah, it's funny. I know Ali because of cars, but then he also turned out to be friends with Ken from snowboarding. Like, so met him kind of twice through that. Because he had like one of the first like 2 Bennett built cars.
It's a good place to go. There's no cops.
What's going back actually this way towards the gas station isn't that bad.
On the frontage road?
Yeah, so on the frontage road back that way. Man, nothing sounds like a 5-cylinder.
Yeah, nothing that.
So good.
There's a certain satisfaction you get to when you build your own stuff. Right?
It's good violent launch, that's for sure.
I get a lot of enjoyment driving. Obviously, there's a lot of satisfaction just because I built it myself.
It's always the best. I've got a couple cars, and one of them's a 72 Nova, and I stripped it down all the way to the chassis, like,
Oh, you did it.
and built it
Frame
from
off?
the frame off and built it from the ground back up. And like, it's one of those cars that like I'll always love it because I built it myself. So I also have like a 911 turbo, a 91
Yeah.
RWB package and everything, but like I didn't really done much to the car. Like it's pretty much a stock turbo. It's pretty much a stock turbo with just an upgraded turbo to it, and like that's it. Like, and it looks cool because it has an RWB kit on it.
Yeah.
But like, and I love the car because I always wanted one of those cars. Like, and I bought them before the air cooled like Porsche thing went through the roof. So I bought my car for 30 grand, and the thing handles pretty.
That's not,
Lays
I
pretty
only
flat.
have KB version ones on
Yep.
here, so I get some wheel rub. I should have gone with the 3s, but yeah, but dude, I mean, I spent 40 grand just in parts on
Yeah.
this car. So, and I did all the work. Like I built my motor, I blueprinted the motor, I welded all the stuff.
So you built all the motor yourself too?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
tuned
awesome.
it.
Had you done stuff like that before? Or did you teach
No.
yourself a lot with this?
No, well, I went through 3 engines because I had tuners that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Right.
I went through 3 motors. So I finally was like, I gotta learn how to tune myself because these guys are killing me.
Yeah.
So there's some idiosyncrasies. This thing still needs work, but for what it is right now, it meets my needs. I'm gonna turn it around.
Yeah. I I mean, it's one of those cars that, like, I've explained this to my friend. I'm like, look, I'm gonna build this car, and in the end, it'll probably be as good as a slightly modified Evo, even though I'm gonna put way more time and effort into building this car than I would into like making an equal Evo. But there's something about it, like it's the car I want to build. Yeah. I like the look of it. I like it has a sentimental value to me, and it's kind of fun to make something do something that maybe it really wasn't supposed to do. So good. Oh man, that's good. That's good motivation. So the whole joke was I went to go to, like my car has been running forever, and like the big joke with Hoonigan, all the videos is Brian has a carcane problem because like I've got all these projects, like half of the, like only like one of my cars runs right now, and it's because I run a company, so I'm very busy doing the company side of the business. Right. And you know, you have wants and you buy cars and then you don't have time to work on them. And like I'm not the like kind of guy who goes and buys like a new 911. I buy like an old 911. Like I like all the older stuff, and especially like 90s. More personality. Yeah, like 90s era stuff. And I like projects even if I don't have the time for it. But when I went to go visit Audi, they were like, "Here's an RS2 because we want you to get inspiration to finish your car." So when I came home from Germany, I hadn't worked on my car in 3 months, and I finally got it back on the road after that. So Dave was like, "Hey, I got this CQ. I want you to take a ride." And I think he's still trying to be like, "We got to get Scotto to get his cars finished."
Yeah, you got to get it finished, man. It's good stuff. You know?
Yeah.
These cars are great. I got into a 5-cylinder car years and years ago, and I was like, man, this car's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Is that 5-cylinder, right? There's a 20-valve, 91 20-valve sedan.
Yeah, like a 200?
Not the 200, just the 7.8.
Oh, okay, just a 7.8. Okay.
Yeah. And that got me hooked. And then I saw Holy Goulet's car, and I was like, holy crap. That's kind of like, that's why I built this car. It's like, I'm not going to have $100 grand, so I got to learn these new disciplines and build it.
Right.
So fast forward to, I mean, it took me 3 years to build this car.
So you machined everything just on a mill, lathe, and that's it? You had like, did you buy a mill and lathe and just learn how to do all that? That's awesome, man. I super respect that. It's definitely like on my want list to be able to get to that level of making all your own stuff.
When you're doing something like this, though,
well, they don't sell parts for it.
Yeah, well, something that holds you up. You're like, man, I just need this little part. Yep. I got to go to a machine shop, describe them what I need, and if they make it and when. Right. So.
And if they're slightly off, I have to go back and remake it instead of just like
just to have it in my shop back there. I'm like, all right, just turn this. But let me see what I can do about that steering bracket.
Yeah, man, I would. If you've got the drawings for that, you can figure out or how to make another one. It's actually something I need right now because I can't actually get my steering to work without redesigning that because I've switched over to the Heims. So just trying to figure that out.
Okay. Let me see what I can do. I've got some stakes in the fire right now, but I'll see what I can do. I got a machine, like literally, I machine it down from a block like this big.
Oh wow.
You know, you're just doing it by hand, so it takes a long time. But I see you're obviously a car guy, and I want to try to help you. It's not just all about me or money. It's about trying to help other people in this community who really do.
Especially the 5-cylinder community is so small.
Yeah,
nowadays.
Well, who really do appreciate these things. So, am I going right way here? Did I pass it?
Oh, I think we just passed it. Yeah, we just passed it.
That road right there?
It's not that one. It's the next one. It's after Ace.
So I met up with Brian, gave him some parts that he needed, took a little shop tour. Didn't film a whole lot, sorry about that. It's a really, really cool place, and it's like garage goals kind of stuff. But at the same time, I want to be respectful to those around and what they're doing, and try not to be too much of a onlooker and, you know, have big eyes. But Brian went for a rip in the Coupe Quattro. I haven't watched that video or that part of the video yet, so we'll have to check that out and see how that went. I imagine it, hopefully it gave him some inspiration, and hopefully he can get to cracking on his and, you know, finish things up and get his thing rolling. So can't wait to see what he does with his and how it's going to turn out. But hopefully he's a little bit more inspired today. And Nate's an awesome guy for wanting to do that. And Nate has put so much time and effort into his car and just everything that he's done to it, all of the work. You know, he has a mill at home, but it's a manual mill, and he's milled out and machined all of his own parts. And, you know, it's just, it's insane amounts of work. And something about Nate's work, he's extremely, extremely precise. And if it's not perfect, it won't go on his car. He's really started to hone his craft, and you can see the progression from over the years of what he's done and the newer modifications and taking places of the old stuff, and it's super, super impressive. I'm going to try to bait him into passing me here. Maybe I can get a little flyby footage. That'd be nice. Let's see. He's a pretty responsible dude. He's not the type to do that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun, because I did.